Whoa. Okay, you have to see this. Hello there, you're watching the very first video in a series that I'm creating to share the eco-friendly reno of my 102-year-old house. You can see it behind me. The house has so much potential and I'm super excited to start a new project. I'm going to be peeling back over 100 years of impractical home renovations that actually downgraded the functionality and beauty of the house. The plan is to transform the house back to something closer to what it was when it was first built in 1920. I'm gonna get resourceful and use as many repurposed items as possible before going out to the store and buying new stuff. There's already enough new stuff in the world, right? So the first priority was to rip out the living room carpet. That is one of those home upgrades that sounds nice in theory, but is completely impractical to maintain. Plus, according to microbiologists, the average carpet is 4,000 times dirtier than the average toilet. Not only is it full of toxic chemicals, but there's a whole other world in there of microorganisms running around having a field day. About 200,000 bacteria per square inch of carpet is just partying it up, and all the dead skin cells and pollen and pet hair and mold and stink. So of course I was hoping to find hardwood floors underneath my carpet. What I found was something else. It was surprising. I don't know what to say. And it was something that I didn't even know existed. I'm going to show you that in a second. First, let me just tell you it's super easy to take carpet out yourself. It's definitely a DIY project that anyone can do. I had most of the tools already. I spent less than $50 on the couple of items that I did buy. Okay, so while I walk inside, I'm just going to talk a little bit about original floors in houses from 1920. What was common was for there to only be one layer of wood flooring. You could say they used the subfloor as the finished floor, and the wood that they usually used was pine. And that's a wood that we consider to be a softwood these days. But they were harvesting old growth pine, meaning the trees were between 120 and 400 years old. And the older the tree, the harder the wood. So there's a good chance that below the surprising layer that I'm about to reveal, that's what I will find. Behind me is my basement, and as you can see, I can pretty much stand up in there, and I've seen wood floorboards looking up. I believe they run perpendicular to the joists, which is what we would consider a subfloor these days. But if it's old growth pine, then I could certainly sand that and refinish it and it would look amazing. There were usually gaps in between the boards, but those gaps would be filled with rope or like oak shimmies. Shimmies, that's a band. Or oak shims. And I've actually seen lots of black rope in the basement. So I know there's wood in there somewhere. Let's go inside. I'll take out the carpet and talk about what I did find underneath the carpet. Okay, so now I will actually show you how to remove the carpet. Start with your gloves because we know the carpet's filthy, and there's tacking strip along the perimeter of the room. Hi little Mazzy. Gotta help her. And that has sharp nails sticking straight up in the air, so you definitely don't want to stab your finger on one of those nails. So I'll put my gloves on and show you just how easy this is. Grab your pliers, start in the corner of the room, grab a hold of the carpet and peel it back. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. A carpet pad is just below. That's also super easy to just grab and peel back. You're going to want to use your utility knife to cut the carpet into strips that are about 3 to 4 feet wide. This makes it easier to roll up the strips and move them out of the house. And also, it makes it easier to dispose of the carpet. I was able to put 1 roll of carpet and 1 roll of padding into the garbage can every week, so I didn't have to pay someone to come and haul all the carpet to the dump. Let's see, once you get the carpet and the padding removed, you'll want to take up these strips of tack, and you can use your crowbar for that. Just wedge the crowbar underneath the wood. If you're having a hard time getting it under there, you can use your hammer, tap it in, and then pop it off. Oh my. Whoa. Okay, you have to see this. Is this wallpaper? Is this the same? So this on word facing. What are you looking at? Okay, so clean this up. Oh no. Wallpaper. Yeah. As you can see, the carpet and the padding is behind me, which is awesome. Then, as I was lifting up the plywood that was under the carpet in order to remove the floor furnace, you can see the vent coming out here, I was surprised with vinyl flooring. It looks like a rug. Probably has asbestos. There's a spot that's worn out and you can see the black mastis glue peeking out from underneath, which is extremely toxic. So there's a tiny chance that maybe it doesn't have asbestos. Flooring in the kitchen probably also has asbestos. Probably the drywall, possibly the wallpaper that's on the old drywall in the kitchen, and possibly the vinyl fake brick that's around the oven. It's time to test all of that, as well as the insulation, because there's a very good chance that the insulation also has asbestos. But I might as well find out what I'm working with here before I make any plans. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna collect the samples and then I'll be able to work safely and make sure that my family and my pets and myself are not breathing in dangerous fibers that get stuck in our lungs. That's what asbestos does. The opinions on how to handle asbestos remediation vary about as widely as people's opinions on COVID-19 and how serious that is. I tend to err on the side of caution with these things. If I don't know if it could cause a slow, painful death, then I'm going to do whatever I can to avoid that, just in case it is true. But I'm sure I will get lots of comments saying that one-time exposure isn't harmful, and you know, I've seen people do it themselves with all different types of protective gear. I'm gonna put a sweatshirt on even though it's like 105 degrees right now, and a mask. So I'm gonna spray down the areas that I'm collecting samples from with water to help eliminate dust and fibers getting into the air. So I'm gonna be in and out of that attic as fast as I can. Not only because it's creepy, but it's gonna be super hot. So anyways, time to just get it done, not be scared, and just do what I need to do.
You said on repeat in my head, China cabinet, busted again, ends it won't meet on the raisin the rent, picking up teeth off the pavement, broken like bread, shirts that don't fit, growing mold in the basement. Digging holes for dying hopes, throwing sticks at glass, Coke bottles, losing my grip in the rat race. I can't recall in the first place, what was it I was aiming for? In a canyon left undone.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys like this video. There's another one coming out soon where you can see the results of the asbestos test. If you did enjoy it, I would really appreciate it if you could give me a thumbs up and subscribe. It does help support me and my ability to keep transforming the house in an eco-friendly way and inspiring others to do the same thing. Thanks. All right, that's it. Have a good day.
Scratching my back and I'll get yours, keeping tab, tracking the score, you versus me, skeleton dance, keeping the peace, wringing my hands, I don't ask much of you.